What is up, Android fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Eric for Mobile, and as you can see right in front of me here, I got the LG G3. Mine is the Verizon variant. And guys, I am really excited today because, as you can probably tell from the title, I will be doing the ROM review for the very first ROM available for the LG G3, aside from the T-Mobile variant. Up until this week, the LG G3, for all of the other carriers, we did not have custom ROMs. The bootloader was still locked. The devs hadn't quite come up with a way to get around that yet, but alas, it has finally happened. And to my overwhelming joy, we are finally able to install custom ROMs on this bad boy. So let's jump into it. Today, the ROM that I want to talk about is called JasmineRom, and it is the very first ROM available for the LG G3, like I said, aside from the T-Mobile variant. So let's jump into it. This is, as you can tell right off the bat, a ROM that is based off of the stock LG G3 firmware. So, you know, there's not going to be any big surprises here, guys. This is all going to seem very familiar. But as you can tell right off the bat, just by looking at the ROM, that the developer has altered the DPI on this ROM so that everything is a little bit smaller. Everything's scaled down a little bit, and you know, it took me a little while for it to grow on me, but I've decided that I really like it. It really gives this high definition screen a good feel. Everything's crisp and sharp. I like that you can see a lot more information, especially when you look in the menu. You just see a lot more on each home or on each screen as you're scrolling through information. Everything's just a little bit smaller, and you know, I think it's a real sharp look. It's nice. Also, like I said, it's based off of stock, so there's not going to be a lot of changes, whereas this is also the first ROM available. But the developer has added a lot of under-the-hood optimizations so that this ROM it's really fast. It flies. Everything works great. It works how it should. You can just get in and out of things really quick. I mean, this thing just flies. A lot of the comments in the XDA developer thread for this ROM was talking about how this is the way that this phone should have felt out of the box, you know, from day one when you very first picked it up. Because, you know, the stock ROM can have a little bit of stutter, a little bit of lag here and there. But I mean, this thing, for the most part, it gets rid of all of that. It's fast, and, you know, I just really like it. Everything just works really good. I really don't have, you know, anything bad to say about this ROM. The battery life has been really good. If I jump into the settings here and pull up the battery, I unplugged this phone at about, I would say, 5:30 this morning. So I've been running it for, let's see, 14 and a half hours, and I'm at 39%. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily a hardcore power user. I got multiple accounts syncing, multiple Gmail accounts. I obsessively check Twitter. I'm, you know, looking at Facebook. I watched some YouTube on here, played some Pandora, you know, all the typical stuff. And I mean, I've gotten through the entire day. Now, I wouldn't say that this is by any means, you know, going to be a 2-day ROM. You're not going to be able to power through a whole day, leave it unplugged all night, and then get through another day. But you couldn't do that on the stock ROM anyway. But I've been really pleased, and probably the thing that I've been most happy about with this ROM that I did notice issues with on stock is when you're playing games. You know, I really like this game Ice. Simple games like that, the battery would really heat up. I mean, you touch the back of the phone on this, and I don't know if it's just an issue with the Verizon version, with LG's G3s in general, but the battery would get really hot. You touch around the back here, kind of up high, and it would just sizzle. But I have noticed that on this ROM, it stays cool. It runs cool. It runs fast. I've had zero issues, so I mean, that was a really pleasant surprise. I can't really think of anything to say about this ROM that's a negative. Like I said, it is version 1. I'll jump into the settings here and show you that really quick. Come down here to About Phone, Software Information, and right there, JasmineRom version 1. So I mean, guys, this is, like I said, the very first ROM available. I couldn't be happier. It's, you know, it's begun. I'm what I would call a crack flasher. I'm constantly flashing ROMs. It's my passion. And so I wanted to create this channel for you guys where we could come look at ROMs and, you know, figure out ones we like before installing them. where this is freshly unlocked, you know, there's not a lot of options available for the phone yet. There may be a little bit of time before another ROM becomes available. If that's the case, I'm thinking about doing a video tutorial on how to root the phone and install a custom recovery. And I'll tell you right now, guys, it couldn't be easier. You don't even need a computer. All you need is a couple of apps and you can do it right off the phone. It's crazy simple. The easiest phone I've ever done it to. So, you know, look forward to that. But thanks for checking out this video, guys. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, this is a brand new channel, so I really appreciate anybody that's rocking a G3 or anyone who's a fan of ROMing and tech in general to go ahead and follow me on here. I'm going to try to post videos every week. You know, as long as the ROMs are coming out and getting updated, I'll be posting videos on them and letting you guys know which ones run the best. But that's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching my video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.